How to remove rust from to your old door hinges. Alright, now this has been setting in this bucket of solution, which I will tell you what that solution is in just a minute, because you're not going to believe what the solution is when you find out. This is the flywheel. So it's been soaking in this bucket, okay? And we're going to pull this out. I'm going to show you, look at all the debris. Now, this was not, you would have never known there was this much rust on this flywheel. It just looked like it was good and rusty, but you would have never seen all that debris. All right, now, bring it over here. We're going to rinse it off. So we're rinsing it off. All right. Take a wire brush to it. You kind of want to stick. Okay. I'm going to take a wire brush. And we're going to get my light up here where I can see a little clearer. Okay. Turn this around. Right here. Bam. Alright, we're also working on my motor on my car, which I will show you in a few minutes. I'm looking for a wire brush I just saw. Do you know where one is? I did see one.
There should be two of them.
Two of them in a packet. Yeah. Sorry about that face shot, everybody. Well, I'm not seeing a brush, and so I would need something to scrape it off with. So we're going to use this right here. Right, let's turn this around. Okay, now I'm going to scrape this off. You will see what an amazing job this very simple household liquid is. It's the best kept secret. This is something my parents would not. Not all of them, of course, but great-grandfather. I'm sure I believe I have another video, old video up now, where I am showing how I used it. And just cleaning this off. This is just heavy. It should have been rinsed off before now. This was shaped. That bucket was kind of shaped out every day for about a week or so. Look how clean it is. I'm not even done. Alright. Like almost new. Okay. You can tell by the rust that you can still see on here. It was quite heavy, and then all the debris is lifted off of it over the course of a couple weeks as well. Okay. And here what's drying out, you can see the rust. Alright. Now I'm going to get this one side rinsed off now. And when you find out what this is that I've used on here, it's going to blow your ever-loving mind. What you can use, and it's a household product, believe it or not. It's harmless. It is free action. Blow your mind even further. Now you can see a little better just how nice this is going to look. Alright, there's what's still still kind of heavy, but that all can be scraped off now. You couldn't have touched it before. And this would not be that clean. Okay? Look at that. Alright. Now, I'm going to keep you in suspense just a little bit longer on what I've used to do this with. Turn this back around. Okay, I'm not seeing that brush. I like here. Here we go. Alright, so I'm going to use this little wire brush and we'll see it transform here. Okay, now this is the outside. Okay, you can see the rust in here. Alright, and where I'm scraping, it's just lifting right off. And like I said, I've used a household product that's chemical free. That's also the beauty of it. There's no chemicals. And if you don't know, it's going to blow your mind when you find out what did this, what allowed this. Like I said, I wasn't in a position to really do a video when I started this project. I was wanting to, so you didn't really see it going in, but it didn't look very bad. It just looked rusty. And you see all the crud that was on it. Okay, and as you see, as I'm cleaning this, it's just lifting right off. Okay, it's also helped to loosen the grease that was in here as well. Okay, this is going to look like a new one when I'm done. Alright, let's get that wiped off a little bit. Okay, get this section here wiped. Alright, I'm not doing anything special. I haven't even hit it with WD-40 yet. Well, you know it's not WD-40. You were thinking it was. But look how clean that's coming. Alright. Little bit of rust residue right there. Now let's see. Gone. That rust residue is gone. Look at that. Now let's take another look real quick. Okay, at this, let's wipe down this area here. Okay, can I see that rust right there? Will it wipe off? Right there. Let's see if it'll wipe off. Didn't even have to scrub it. Look at that. Now if I scrub it, wire brush, we'll be able to take it further down to nothing. Let's see. I'm thinking it will. Could also use like a 220, 120 sandpaper. Alright, I bet it's gone. What do you think? Look at that. It's gone. Alright, so all this will lift. All of that. Okay, let's get this right here. Look at that. Like magic, you would think. It's nothing special, folks. You just got to know. Like I said, there's always a way. You got to find out what that way is. Alright, now the residue that's still sticking, wire brush it. I'm not even putting anything on here. I'm not spraying it with anything. It came out of this solution. And it's wet. Okay. Yeah, obviously I'm not pausing here. You're seeing it from one transition to the next without any pause. Alright, so you know it's legitimate. Okay, there is some pitting right here from the rust, but it's gone. Alright, you can see the pitting there that the rust had caused, but all that heavy sediment is now gone. Alright, And then here, look at this. If I was going to sell you this product and I wasn't going to tell you what it was, you'd be ready to spend 10 bucks on a bottle of it. Let me tell you, this stuff is very affordable. And I could sell it, I guess. That's not what I'm doing. I'm giving it away. I'm not marketing like this product. I'm giving it away. Watch. Wire brush is going to remove it. And it's free to subscribe, always. I could keep this to myself. I could sell it and not tell you what it is. But I'm giving it away to you. To anybody. United we stand, and united we make it happen. Gotta practice what you preach, right? There it is. Gone. Smooth. Smooth. Look at that. So it went from this to this. From this, before, to after. What a deal. Okay? And that stuff on the surface will come off. Now this rag's getting pretty nasty. But there you have it. Alright, now I'm going to show you what this is. The cleaning solution. Are you ready for the magic solution here? The mystery solution. But, again, let's take a good look at this. Look at all this heavy rust. Rust. And little grease. Mainly rust. Look at this chunk of rust. Right there. Wants to fall apart now. So I'm showing it to you before I pick it up, and it's just crumbled in my hands. Alright. So there you go. Proof's in the pudding, right? Look at all that sludge that came off that flywheel. I mean, look at this sludge come off that flywheel. Now I learned this from a friend of mine, and he'd rather not have me tell who that is. So unfortunately I'm not going to tell you, but what matters is knowing the secret. How do you remove rust from anything metal? Soak it for 2-3 days a week, depending on how rusty it is. Swish it around, and it'll come clean. Anything metal. I've even done this with a pump motor. And the inside of that pump motor, for my water, for my well. And it made it like new. You ready for this? Look at that. Would you believe something as simple as apple cider vinegar? That's right, folks. Apple cider vinegar. Took the rust off of that plate, off of that clutch plate, flywheel, whatever. Like I say, it's harmless. And should have wore a hat. It's harmless and did a good job. All right, I'm going to put it back in there so it doesn't. You don't want it to dry. You do not want this to dry out on here. You want to make sure you rinse it off. And it should have been rinsed before now. Okay. So I'm just going to show you my motor here that we're working on. getting it together. And get that heavy stuff scraped down. Okay. Cleaning this heavy debris out of here. And okay, now get this side real quick. Are my live streams that boring? Nobody's showing up. I must have a boring live stream or something. No, people show up, just not today. But everybody, thank you for coming back and watching the live stream. You'll be glad you did. You've got some great information here that will save you big time. When I had to rebuild the booster pump, I would have had to buy a new pump end because it was so rusted. I would have had to buy a new one. Those pump ends on this particular pump would have ran me like $500-600. And soaking it in this vinegar for about a week, I was able to have it rebuilt. So this information of knowing about this vinegar will save you money, and most guys would be charging you for this knowledge. So like I say, united we stand, and united we make it happen. That also applies to politics. You know, we need to know our Constitution, and we need to hold our leaders and hold them responsible for keeping our Constitution. You know, problem is today we got a bunch of youngsters not understanding the Constitution, and they're going to bring about tyranny and how far before that takes place, if it continues to go in the direction it's going in. So we got to turn this around and learn and know that Constitution. I've got a fair amount of information on the Constitution here on my channel. I've got playlists on the Constitution. I'm part of it. I'm part of the Constitution. I have playlists for. Douglas B as in Victor, Douglas B. Gibbs teaches the Constitution, and he's here on YouTube. I also show his videos, and we discuss it on Thursday nights at 7 o'clock with the hashtag Insane Friends, and I have a few videos on that. And David V. Gibbs, you can learn the Constitution. All right, so I'm going to show you this motor real quick. We're rebuilding my motor and getting it together. And I got the pistons in, and now it's all the fine tuning. All right, going to start this generator, so you're not going to be able to hear me talk. And so there you have it, nice and cleaned up. think Spock's the smartest dog. Sunset, thanks for being here. You can do a playback and see what I'm using to remove the rust. And, you can see the rust coming up here as I'm scraping, as I'm brushing it. Right there, it's coming loose. To re-wet this, give it a thorough scrub down. How we doing? The smartest dog in the West. How we doing? I believe you're new here. Thanks for dropping in. I'm in the West. Out here in downtown southern sunny California. Yeah, did you know about, you're in Arizona? Oh, cool. Yeah, I have. My wife has family in Arizona. What part? My wife's family's like, they're in Flagstaff. Probably the best place in Arizona, unfortunately. Although I've been to the rim of the world. The rim of the world is really nice. To the rim of the world? Moved there last from Santa Rosa. All right, all right. If you haven't been to the rim of the world, you go to Winslow, Arizona, and then you go south to the hills. And rim of the world, it's beautiful up there. You've got, you have eagles flying, bald eagles flying in and out of the lake there. Dive bombing trout, snatching them out of it. Some really great camp. They have a little store up there, you know. Rim of the world. Oh, fingers. So you have to do a playback or watch this after the live stream so you can see what this looked like in the beginning. Because I didn't show before I put it in, but you can see all the debris and just how nasty this was looking. And amazing. Then I'd show you what I'm using to do this with. I'm going to check out your channel there. Do you have any videos there in Flagstaff? I'm assuming you do. Or not Flag, but Arizona. Oh, Tucson, okay.
Tucson, Arizona, that's hell on earth.
Friend saying that's hell on earth. That's the hottest place to be. I don't know how far you are from Winslow. Probably a few hours, I'm thinking. But you go to Winslow, then you go south, I believe, to the hills. And rim of the world is up there. You might want to Google it. A nice place to go camping. Very nice. You get some great footage. You could put it on your channel, have us watching, videotaping these eagles. There's bald eagles that fly in and out, that live up there, I guess. I don't know if they migrate or they live, but they dive bomb into the man-made lake and snatching these trout out of the lake, if I could speak right. And a beautiful place. Well, yes, they are. But up there at the rim of the world, it's way up. And like I said, you go to Winslow, then you go south out of town to the mountains. And you could just Google it, rim of the world, you know, there in Arizona. And it's a worthwhile place to check out. You'll be glad you did if you ever make it. Yes, you go to Winslow, to the town of Winslow, then you go south, like up to the mountains. And it's about an hour and a half drive roughly from Winslow. Okay, I'm driving something dog. Fox. The smartest dog in the West. Cool. Yeah, you'll be glad you did. I'm going to rinse this off here. Let's get a rinse. Oh, let's lay this bad boy down right here. Look at that. Look at that right there. Up close and personal. It's almost looking ready to go. Getting close. Look at this. This was nasty. You never know it. Now this still needs to be scrubbed a fair amount, as you can see. Okay, where you've got still some heavy discoloration, but that should come off. Yeah, that'll wipe off. See that? Just wiping off my fingers, my hand. Look at that. Now you wouldn't have imagined it going from looking like this crud to this. Look at that. Amazing. This will wipe off. I'm not using, if I had 220 or 320 sandpaper, you could buff this out, make it look new. So how long have you had a channel? And what's your channel about? Yeah, it's windy. Yeah, it does. Looking really good. But if you would have seen the before, I mean, look at this sludge. This came off that flywheel. All this rust, some grease, mainly rust. You can see all the heavy. Like panning for gold. But there's a lot of heavy in here. And it didn't look that bad when I started. It just looked rusty. You would have never imagined it had that much buildup on it. You would have never imagined. And there's yes, it is. What the liquid? It's liquid, but it's pretty heavy. But yeah, if you would have seen it when I started, you would have said, "Yeah, that's rusty," but you would have not imagined that it had all of that on there. I'm really surprised to see all of that come off and be that much in there. I'm like shocked. Yeah, if you haven't checked out to see, I'm putting that brush in this. What I've used, you have to go back and check that out and see what I've used to get this clean. And it's chemical free. That's one of the nicest things about it. Besides it working so well, it works perfectly. It actually works like a chemical, and it's not, you know. Okay, there it is, heavy. It doesn't take a whole lot now that it's been soaked, let me tell you. Try hot sauce on rust.
That will do it because it has the acid.
The acids, yeah, might work well for that too.
But it's only 6%.
Hot sauce you can assist. I guess, and if it's really mild rust, it would work pretty good. But this was heavy rust, as you can tell. I'm still scraping. This has been soaking for 2 weeks. This piece is actually soaked for 2 weeks. And that's why I'm able to get this off, I believe. Although it may have worked after a week. Okay, you can see. But yeah, hot sauce will work to a point. I didn't think about that, but the acid's in it. But this is cheaper than hot sauce. You get more for bigger bang for your buck, and it works better. Unless you're in a pinch, you have hot sauce, and that's what you got. They're working, but this, you get a gallon of this stuff, and it's pennies a gallon actually,
It's like $3.
pennies an ounce. As you see, that was pretty heavy there, I'm going to rinse this off in just a second. I think it's about done. It's really not taking that much elbow grease. Think I ought to try to sell some elbow grease? Think I can get some youngsters to buy some elbow grease? Okay, here we are, right here. Okay, we're still there, but we know we'll be able to get that off. And it's not critical that I get it off. I'm just trying to make a point, trying to show what a difference this makes. Because there you have it. And that's a big improvement. I'm going to do it a little bit more just for the purpose of, showing you what you can do, how well this works. It'd be fickle on me. All right, so we're gonna continue to work this area here and see if we can't get this to disappear. That's my goal. Now the pitting, I'm not sure yet. I would venture to say if I wanted to get this perfectly clean, I'd put it in, let it soak. I'd put it in some fresh solution that you'll have to go back and look to find out. And let it soak for a little while longer. And then come back and re-scrub it, or take some sandpaper to it. 120, 220. Maybe even start out with 80 grit. And I wouldn't go lower than 80. 80 is about the lowest I'd go on this. You can even get down to polishing it, if you really wanted to go that extra mile. That's not even close, remotely important to go that far. There's pitting here. I'm just trying to get it all nice and clean. I'm going to rinse this in here. Probably be good enough. As long as it's got a nice smooth surface, it's all that matters at this point. There's a fair amount of pitting though on this, which surprises me. Little rust was developing in here. I'm going to spray it down with some WD-40 when I'm done. WD-40, you know, it's a light oil. It's a, what is that oil? It's a fish oil. At the moment I forget what kind of fish oil it is, but it has a fish oil in it. That's what gives it the mild lubrication, is fish oil on the WD. All right, for sure. All right. Now let's rinse her off again. Splish splash, I was taking a bath on a Saturday night. Rub-a-dub. We're getting rid of the rust. And it's looking alright. What's life without a little humor? Oh, okay, look. There we are. Big improvement. Probably good enough. And it's smooth. Got some heavy right here on that edge. As you'll see, it's all soft. It'll come right up. Okay, you're seeing it's just dissolving as we go. Done. Look at that. Done. Look at that. Clean as a whistle. And it was heavy. I've never done that before. I've been stuck like glue. Alright, now that's it. This was some WD. So we don't rust up here on us. It'll double the D. What's it gonna be? Where's it at?
Check it before. Right behind you.
Looking for the WD.
I gotta find it. No, it's
Right here. We hid it from ourselves.
oh, it's up there. It's up. Right there.
Oh yes, blind as a bat. You know what I'm saying? My sonar is not working. All right. Okay, now we're gonna hit it with some WD. Look, this will also help with the rust. That's a mild rust remover and a mild lubricant. And it's not, I'm forgetting what the fish oil, cod liver oil, I think it is. That's in WD-40. It gives it its mild lubricating capabilities. I think it's cod liver oil. And I'm coating it with that. It also helps to fight against the rust as well. It's a mild rust remover within itself. WD-40 is. For those that don't know, Okay. Okay, so that's good and saturated with the WD. I'm going to flip it over. Okay. Oh, it's not going to stand. I'm going to get it to stand. Okay, we got it to stand. Let's get it sprayed on these edges. Okay, one more side. All right, 1 second. Okay, now get this soaked down with the WD. Once that rust away. You know, WD-40 is a mild rust remover, for those that don't know. Okay. Yeah, are you not amazed to find out that vinegar is the secret? A friend of mine's mom fell out of a van, ran over her foot with her van. It busted her foot and calf wide open. She ended up with gangrene. And one hospital wasn't able to do much for it. Loma Linda University put apple cider vinegar on gauze, put gauze down in her wound, where she was split open, her leg was split open, and changed it out about 4 times a day, got rid of the gangrene, and healed her leg up using apple cider vinegar. Amazing stuff. It's a true story. So, smartest dog in the West, what's your channel about? You do reviews? Do you do explorations? Do you do Life of Arizona? You have an automotive channel? I have a lot of videos on tiling and woodworking and dog training. A whole assortment of different videos. Constitution. So my channel is basically a home improvement DIY channel, and I should have wore a hat. So what is your channel about? Yeah, you. What's your channel about? I'll check it out, but while you're here, give me a personalized overview of your channel. And anybody then coming into the chat, looking at this live stream afterwards, will see what your channel is about all at the same time. So it's a win-win-win. Oh, look at this. Look what's going on the motor. Yeah, shiny, new. Woohoo! What I'm talking about. But yeah, what's your channel about? Or do you have any content presently? You play ball, just have a couple cute episodes. What kind of ball? Are you talking about baseball? talking about basketball. You're a dog. Oh, okay. You are the smartest dog in the West. That's for sure. Rough. Kind of like rough. They are quick. Most videos are about 2 minutes. Okay. Unfortunately, or fortunately, however it works out, um, they're 15, half hour, 45 minutes, 2 hours. You frozen. That might be your internet connection. Because my internet's working okay right now, for sure. Yeah, so you're a dog. Does that mean you're a female dog, or what kind of dog? Good, right there. Hold that pose. uh, my video I did last night going to the creek, I brought my shepherd. Um, she went in the water, went out in the stream for the first time. She took it on like a champ. I'm a 4-year-old. Okay. Chowchilla mix. Yeah, I have a Shiloh Shepherd. She's about, I don't know, 9 months old or so. Maybe, yeah, I want to say about 9 months. She went out in the water yesterday out in the little stream. Did really well. I was like surprised first time. Chowchilla. Handled it really well. She just, once she got in, she was loving it. She went back out there, no problems. But that was on my live. That's towards the end of my live stream from last night. So, anyways, I thought I was no, I do a whole mixture of videos. Some of them are live. I don't want to do a live stream in general if I'm just, sitting around, hanging out, doing nothing. I try to bring some interest to a live stream. Although I don't, as you see, there's nobody here. Although I get, depending on what people are doing, I have a handful of people, that drop into my live streams and will hang out with me. I think I've watched a couple of your videos. I've been your friend for... I don't... Now you're leaving me speechless there, bro. But you haven't commented. If you've commented, then I would know. Because I figured you were a new supporter. Yeah, because you haven't left any comments. You always know. Because I check my comments and I comment. When I comment, usually it's more than just a brief thank you. I usually leave more than just a thank you. Oh, go ahead. It's not a pie, though.
The thing that's on my table is mine.
Yeah. So if you leave a comment, I'm good. I'm really good about getting back. Now here lately, this last couple weeks, I've been dealing with some stuff, and I haven't been commenting like I normally do, and I haven't been watching as many videos as I normally have and do. You go through stuff, you just kind of slows you down on your channel, of course. But I go live every Thursday night, if you didn't know, with the hashtag Insane Friends. Insane Friends is a group of guys that are into street racing and just a whole variety of different things, motorcycles and whatnot. I have a Harley, but it's down at the moment, or I would have some videos of my Harley. But yeah, if you ever wanting to do any tiling, you want to know how to cut your tile, I have it on just about every aspect of tile, as far as cutting your tile, using your tile saw, using a grinder with a diamond blade, freehand cutting. I have some woodworking videos. I'm a woodworker, finish carpenter by trade, but I've been working on our house, getting it ready for sale, and I just finished up on my last bit of tiling at the moment. I'm done unless I end up doing some more I'm not counting on doing. Read up. Flywheel. Okay, flywheel. So what part was that you cleansed? Yes, it was my flywheel. And like I was saying, the surprising thing to me was it didn't look very rusty. I mean, it was rusty, and it had grease on it, but I did not expect to see that much rust come off that flywheel. I'm like blown away. You know, does the vinegar make the rust expand? I don't know. If it does, that would mean it would lift it off, so maybe it does make it expand, and that's what helps it to lift. I don't know. Guess I need to do a little more research to find that one out, but I'm thinking so. Yeah, maybe. I'm thinking. Yeah. So we're getting my motor together. Yeah, it's the acid. It's the acid in the vinegar. Yes. But you know, it's not a chemical. You know, no, it takes a few days. You can't be in a big hurry. When you soak it, you got to completely immerse it. Have it completely immersed. That's why I was using that big bucket. So you know, I had just a little bit over, and it only took a gallon. It's all it took was this 1 gallon. When I did my pump motor, my booster pump motor, the end of it, when I rebuilt it, Tracy Treasures. Thank you for being here, Tracy. How are you? We're talking about cleaning this rust with apples. Well, you're going to have to go back and look. But when I was soaking this pump end, no, I think it's the mama used it on her stove burners. Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah, so the pump end. And Tracy, thanks for being here. Hang out with us. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. And if you want to tell us what your channel is about, tell us what your channel is about here in the chat, and those that come along later will know what your channel is about as well. All right, so my pump end on my pump to my house, I had to rebuild it, but inside the casing was thick, heavy rust, and it was not coming off. I would have chipped it and broke it up, and it would have I would have ruined it, the pump end. I put it in an old igloo ice chest, and it took 2 gallons of apple cider. And I let it soak for about a week. And I was able to take a little chisel and a screwdriver and kind of work it loose, a wire brush, sandpaper, and when I was done, you would have never known how rusty it was. Like this flywheel here. I told the guy at the shop once I got all the work done to it and took it in for them to put the pump parts into it. I do send you out. Oh, well, thank you very, very much, Tracy. I really appreciate that. I'm on Twitter. I was on Twitter, using Twitter like 10 years ago, and it's changed. And now I'm trying to figure it out again. Twitter's just totally different than what it was 10 years back. But I am on there. I just don't really know how to use it. But if you're shouting me out on Twitter, thank you, boy, girl. Thank you. I appreciate that. It really means a lot. Shout out the live stream, to check out how to remove rust from anything. If you've got old door hinges that are all rusty, soak them in this solution. You'll have to do a playback.
Get a gunk gun, put apple cider vinegar in it, spray it with gunk gun, right?
Well, they could put it in a spray bottle.
Yeah, but if you use the air compressor.
Yeah, but most people aren't going to have that.
Spray that.
Right? Yeah, it's going to be with power. It's going to be with power. But most people don't have those and don't even know what one is. But you can put it in a spray bottle and spray it, but soaking it is best. Hinges or whatever. And you take a wire brush. Even you can go down to sandpaper, 80, 120, 220, 320, and make them really nice. And if they're rusty really bad, leave it soaking for 2-3 days a week maybe, and it'll do its job. But once you see the rust building up, scrape it off, and that way it keeps it free and from interfering. You can message me on Twitter if you have. Okay, I will definitely have to do that there, Tracy, because I don't understand it very well. It's really changed, as you know, a lot. A spray bottle, either a shoe bug or kills me on plants, I forget. Spray bottle, either shoe bug kills them. I don't know. I know I just read you can take like Dawn soap and I think Epsom salts or baking soda in a spray bottle once it's dissolved. You got to make sure that the granules of that Epsom salts is completely dissolved, so you use hot water and mix it really well till it's dissolved, or it'll clog up the tip of the spray bottle. Anyways, you can spray that, but I would say Google it. How to use Epsom salts or how to use baking soda to remove bugs from your plants. We just had a video on that. Now, I can tell you, you can take a teaspoon of Epsom salts to 1 gallon of water and spray your tomato plants. It'll make the leaves really green, and it makes your tomatoes sweeter than what they already are. You want to do that every few days. You can put it in the ground, water it as well, or you can take some granules and put it in the soil. Epsom salts for all your plants, as far as that goes. Then baking soda is supposed to sprinkle it on the ground around your plants to help keep the rabbits away, along with cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper on the ground around your plants, they'll get it up their nose, and that's also supposed to help prevent them from getting into your plants as well. Or maybe you mix cayenne pepper with your baking soda, both the best worlds. That might be even better.
Most animals don't smell.
But if it gets up their nose. Yeah, no, but I'm being really serious about that. Because we used some cayenne pepper when I planted some roses but they probably just going to leave the roses alone anyway. I don't know. But I put cages around the roses, and so I really can't say one way or the other if it really, really worked. But cayenne pepper's supposed to work, and then I just read baking soda. Baking soda is a whole lot cheaper, but if you mix them both together, maybe. Yes. I just did a video, a few days ago on plant cages where I'm folding the tops of the wire over at the top and cutting kind of down the sides. You fold them and then take the ends, the wire ends, and use the wire end to tie it closed with, and encapsulating it. That way nothing, birds can't fly in there, squirrels can't crawl through. As long as the holes aren't real big. I would say the little 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch squares, a wire would be the best. And then you close up the top with the wire. Yeah, it works good. I have a video on it. I don't show all the details, but if a person has a basic understanding of what's going on, you'll figure it out. It'll make sense. But I'm thinking about doing a video from start to finish, showing you the beginning. Then after I get it cut, so you don't sit there and see me do all the cutting, Then when I go to join, you can connect the ends, the sides together and make the tunnel, the funnel, the cage, and then show, that. And just kind of do a 5-minute video maybe, showing you everything from start to finish. I plan on doing that. But this one video, if you have a basic understanding to do and how to do it, you can do zip ties as well. Yeah, I'll take a look at your channel. All right. Hey, was this stuff in this cup of any value?
Stuff in the cup?
Because it blew over. Blew over. Anyways, I'm going to show you what this is looking like here now that it's kind of settled. A little bit of rust is forming. That's after I sprayed the WD on it. So let's take a look at it. Little bit of rust is forming there. Superficial, which will wipe off. Okay. But as you'll see, I'll take this right here. I bet this wipes off. See, it wipes right off. See that? And here, it'll all wipe off. Gone. Same thing with this here. See, gone. If you leave it on there, it'll settle. See, so you want to just make sure you come back and wipe it off. Now, if I used better oil, it may prevent that. Okay, see, it's gone. Well, thank you. It was super rusty. And you can look at the video. There's a little bit of residue left there, which will wipe off, see? So here we go here, see? But if you leave it, it'll stay. You wipe it off, you're good. Like I said, the WD-40 helps to remove rust, see? So it's lifting it in these areas where we had the residue still remaining. You can see that residue, the heavy residue there. and the WD-40, lifting it off of there. So there you go, you're seeing it in action. WD-40 was actually doing its job, lifting the rust. Oh, I got my hand blocking the camera. So, all right. Well, shoot, we've been on here. Well, thank you there, Tracy Treasures. And your channel on Twitter is Tracy Treasures, I have to assume. Well, I appreciate you guys and gals for being here. And appreciate everyone that drops in the live stream after the live stream. And as I always say, never give up because there's always a way. All right, Tracy, I'll try to hit your Twitter channel, if you want to call it. Few, and I'm in the middle of working on this motor. Actually, my friend's doing most of it. Well, if you can share what you know with me, I'll be ahead of the game because I really don't know hardly anything about it. Not much at all. All right, so I'll try to hit you up there here in a few. Smartest dog in the West. We keep it real. Stay safe. Tracy Treasures, thank you for your time. And I go watch, all right, and you please do. You might like my plant video. I mean, how to protect your plant cages. Towards the end of my live stream the night before, I've got my dog. She's a Shiloh Shepherd, and she's hitting the water for the first time, and she's really surprised me. She's about 9 months old or so, and the Shiloh Shepherds are really a new breed, and they're like companion dogs, law enforcement dogs, and very smart. All right, catch you on the rebound, and I'll hit your channel here in just a few. Smartest dog in the West. I'm gonna go watch your 2-minute video after this uploads. So as always, catch you on the rebound. Never give up because there's always a way. Always. All right, Tracy says out west she's going to check you out. You old dog. Bye for now, and God bless. And remember, you got to know what that way is. And one more piece of food for thought. Take the time to do it right, no matter what you're doing. Take the time to do it right because